Hello, world. Tonight we have Wakanda Forever, a Blue's Clues movie, and hold on to your mushrooms. The Super Mario Brothers are finally returning to theaters, and it only took, let's see, 33 years, 5 console generations, a bunch of other stuff. Goodness, where do we even begin with that? I don't even know where to begin with that. But anyway, all of that and more this week on Showcase for the week ending Sunday, October 9th, 2022. This is our Friday show, and that means trailers and your live chat comments. Thanks so much for tuning in. Control, can we take that graphic down, please? uh, Control, can we get that down, please? And thank you. All right. Anyway, so thanks so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Donn, and with me tonight, once again, is my dear friend and colleague, Mr. Kyko. How are we doing tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm in the building. You know what it is.
Right.
Said it took 33 years, but yeah, it took about 5 decades for them. We're gonna talk about it.
It feels like 5 decades, I know, but that's pretty much all that we can say about that original movie from 1990, which is not very fondly looked back on outside of very specific fan base. But
what you said was the first thing that came to my head. Just what you were just saying. That's the first thing I thought about. So
yeah. And now we're going to have another thing to think about. But we'll get to that. We have a lot to get to tonight. Thanks once again, as always, for joining me, Kyko, when you're able to come through. And thank you at home as well for joining us. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscription bell. And if you have any trailers, weird news headlines, or dad jokes to suggest, use the contact form on our Linktree page, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Just please no religious or political content. Keep the suggestions recent and the trailers under 5 minutes long, please. And as always, if you're with us live, drop us a line in the live chat, and we just might read it off on the air. So let's go ahead and get rolling with the first order of business. Here we are, pulling up the list right now. All right, man, we got a big show. Let's get started with one of the biggest trailers for this week, which was the final theatrical trailer for Wakanda Forever, the big giant Black Panther sequel that's due to hit on November 11. Any last words before we go into this, Kyko? I see you already have the net behind you. Hopefully you're not going to deploy that here.
Right. I mean, maybe the first one get the net. I don't know. Let's see.
Well, we'll find out. Here's the latest trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Only the most broken people can be greatly.
His people did not call him General or King. They called him Kukul Khan, the feather serpent god. Killing him,
Are you kidding?
will risk eternal war.
He's coming for the surface world.
We know what you whisper. They have lost the protector. Now is our time.
I'm so glad they kept. I'm so glad they kept the basket. I'm so glad they got her to control.
Show them who we are.
Here we go. Superhero landing. Okay, so that was what looks like the final theatrical trailer for Wakanda Forever, or darn close to it, I guess. Final theatrical release date is November 11. Kyko, your first reaction?
Wow. You know, like, I don't know what to say about it. The only thing I can say is did we know now, or was that their final tease? Was like he's back, but I don't know who he is.
No, T'Challa's not back. T'Challa has transitioned to the ancestral plane, as it were.
Right.
So yeah, this is a different person wearing the suit now. Presumably,
No.
Shuri is the.
That's what I'm saying. I know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know who it is. And did
Ms.
we
D
know
in the
who
comments
it was?
feed. Yeah, Ms. D in the comments feed. Judging by the small Panther suit, it looks like the new Panther is female. Yeah,
Right.
Pretty safe bet. That's a very popular bet.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead, Kyko. Finish your thought.
No. I didn't know if that who it was. We just have a speculation of who it is.
Well, there is comics precedent for Shuri, T'Challa's sister, to take over as Panther. That has happened in the comics, so that's basically where a lot of that is coming from. I could see Nakia taking that over, the Lupita Nyong'o character. I could see that working out. I don't know. It's at the very least we can say that the costume design eliminates a good half of the Wakandan cast right off rip. That much we can pretty much. I'm pretty sure nobody, absolutely zero people on the internet is thinking that that's going to be Winston Duke in that suit.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we all know that coming away from this trailer. But and also the occasional Lego set leak, basically. But that's another conversation for another day. I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kyko. You were gonna give a thumb.
I was here, but I give it a thumbs up.
Okay. I'll give it a thumbs up as well. I was very reluctant when I first heard that they were not going to recast Chadwick. I was really reluctant to accept that as the path going forward, because it's like, how do you do anything with this at this point? You may as well just basically involve the Wakandans in some sort of like ancillary sort of recurring capacity, basically. Like, I don't know if those of you at home saw Falcon and Winter Soldier. They had a couple of Wakandan people show up in that show, just as a sort of like an extended cameo, but that served to the plot of that show. So it wasn't just an egregious sort of one-off thing. I'm glad that they're choosing the opposite path and actually move forward with somebody else here. I'm intrigued to see how they make sense of it and what that's going to mean for the MCU moving forward. Next item on the docket is, like I was saying, from Paramount Plus. We have a trailer for the new Blue's Clues movie. Apparently, this is a thing that's happening. And Kyko, any thoughts? Did you ever watch Blue's Clues when you were younger?
I am so excited about this movie. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't like that it's this guy now. I don't have nothing against him. I just don't like the fact that but just like Pokemon, whatever they change, I'm very, very excited for this movie. Blue's Clues was probably my, I'm saying.
Really?
I mean, special place in my heart for Blue's Clues. So I mean, just because it's new casting and different the characters, I still am very, very excited about it.
Cool. All right. Well, let's take a look and get your opinion on this. And hopefully those of you at home as well, those of you who are watching along with us, feel free to drop an actual non-spam comment this time, hopefully, in the chat feed. Those of you who are with us right now on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. And we just might include it on the show as we go along. Here's Blue's Big City Adventure from Paramount Plus.
This November, the world's most beloved puppy will embark on her first ever movie adventure.
Blue? Oh? We are definitely not in storybook world anymore. We're on our way. Blues Clues in New York City? This is epic. Broadway, here we come. Blue, have you seen my handy dandy notebook?
Oh God, here
Without
we
my
go.
handy dandy notebook, I think we're lost.
Well, we have a plot.
Just
All right.
forgot his handy dandy notebook. If they're lost, we must go to New York City.
We have to help find them.
I know a guy.
You?
Oh,
Is that you?
oh, man.
Josh and Blue, are
Hello,
you in New York
Steve.
City? They could be lost. This is a big deal.
I know.
And Joe's back.
Remember what Josh always says?
We can do anything we want to do.
You can do anything you want to do.
You can do anything that you want to do.
That's what we always say.
Feel the music. Follow the clues
A clue.
Follow that voice and follow that bark.
and make dreams come true.
It's him. It's Josh.
All they need
Now that's what I'm talking about.
is you.
We need to find Blue's Clues.
A clue.
Blue's Big City Adventure. Stream with family November 18th.
A pretzel.
Really? Even gonna have some mustard? How are you? Good to see you.
Exclusively on Paramount
Wow.
Plus.
Okay, so that was Blue's Big City Adventure. Yeah, Ms. D, very cute for kids. Yeah, agreed. Kyko, your first thoughts?
I was about to cry a little.
Wow, really?
I was for real. Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm reminded of what was it? God, there was a Sesame Street movie many years ago. Not the Elmo's Grouchland thing from the early 2000s. There was another one. I think it was called Follow That Bird. It came out in the 70s or 80s, and I'm reminded of that when I watched this trailer because it's like this famous kids show's first attempt at a serious movie, and it's like when you sort of look at it on the surface, especially if you're an adult part of the adult demographic that grew up on this, who remembers the in particular the Steve era, and or maybe Joe as well.
Listen,
the two
they
other
got Joe.
human characters here.
This is the same thing that they did with Spider-Man.
I was just going to say that next after. Yeah, this is No Way
tell
Home.
you, I love Spider-Man, and this is the same. This I don't know. This they did it with this one.
Mhm.
They did it with this.
Yeah, I can see this being the reason that families would subscribe to Paramount Plus. Quite frankly, because I don't know I don't know. I can't think of any other reason why. I can't think of any other reason off the top of my head that makes as strong a case as this does, especially given how wildly popular 90s nostalgia is in general right now. And this franchise, at least this iteration of the franchise, what's called the Josh era, the Blue's Clues and You semi reboot of the original show that's happening right now. Very few projects steer as hard into 90s nostalgia as that show is kind of designed to be. So they understood the assignment. I have to give it a thumbs up. I don't know what else to say. Kyko, do you agree?
That's beyond a thumbs up. I can't believe there are certain things that I asked for and this is one of them. You know what I'm saying? So
I guess you were extra good this year.
so
cool,
yeah.
Cool. All right, so I guess that sounds like that's a thumbs up from you as well, Kyko.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, that's a double thumbs up for Blue's Big City Adventure, which is apparently heading to Paramount Plus on November 18. All right, thanks once again, those of you who are tuning in live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. You're watching trailer reactions right here on Weekend Showcase. Don't forget to hit us up on the scrolling link at the bottom of the screen right now, the Linktree link. If you have any suggestions for trailers, weird news headlines, or dad jokes that we should use on the show, hit us up there using the contact form on that page. Just remember, please no religious or political content. Keep the suggestions recent and the trailers under 5 minutes long. And if you're with us live, drop us a line in the live chat and we just might read it off on the air. No spam comments, please. And thank you. All right, moving on. We have a big one. This next one is pretty big. This is arguably sorry, Panther. Sorry, chat. This is arguably the most important trailer to come out this week. You know, I mean, we already got a trailer for Wakanda. Like, this one was the second one that we just reviewed for this week. This is the first piece of footage that we've gotten from the Super Mario Brothers movie. And this is a very big deal, especially for the gamer community, because this is like, it's Mario. And there's only one way. They only get one chance to do this. Universal and Illumination and Nintendo only get one chance at a first impression for an IP like this.
Mhm.
And I mean, it like I was saying in the beginning, it's been since the first live action interpretation of Mario. I mean, it's been 33 years, 5 console generations, 2 Wreck-It Ralph movies, 2 Sonic the Hedgehog movies, a Partridge in a Pear Tree, and the kitchen sink. I mean, we've had to wait a very long time to see Mario on the big screen again. I really hope they do this movie justice. This trailer just dropped yesterday as part of New York Comic Con. I have not seen it yet. It's been absolute torture waiting to see this here live for this, to make this reaction authentic. Kyko, are you ready to see this?
I'm ready to see it. I remember you saying I gotta get because I know you wanted to get that fresh reaction.
Yeah.
And I said the same thing to myself, because I was like, I'm not gonna look at nothing. I didn't even listen. You said that like open. I don't even want to see what you sent me. I wanted to just see this. I want, you know. So
all right. Then no more talking. Let me shut up and play this video once and for all. Here's the first teaser for the Super Mario Brothers movie right here on Weekend Showcase. Let's check it out. Nailing the graphics so far.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
Holy crap! I already felt this movie amazing.
I'm slick gonna cry about this one.
Look at these character designs. They
Open the gates!
What? Oh, they talking. They fully talking. Like,
oh yeah, no, Illumination swinging for the
That is but a taste of our fury.
Oh man.
Do you yield? I do not.
And see, that's why it took Mario to get this man. He's real.
Now who's gonna stop me?
Oh man.
Here we go. And now the star of our show. This Chris Pratt's voice.
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
That's Keegan-Michael
Mushroom
Key as
Kingdom,
Toad.
here we come!
Oh wow. Wow.
Okay. Wow. That was incredible. That was easily the most impressive piece of trailer footage that I've seen in a long time. Like, this movie had absolutely everything to prove, and I think Illumination really sort of nailed it. There's just no other way to put it here. This trailer, I don't know how else to put it. This looks like, how do I put this? This almost reminds me of the Lego movie, in the sense of,
right.
Well, yeah, you have Chris Pratt there. That's a coincidental overlap. That's not where I'm going from with that. Like, I'm thinking of in terms of just the faithful adaptation of the source material. in a way that is tonally spot on for what the fans have come to understand about the IP in general and what it's capable of. You know, at least I'm only able to really speak from a retrospective sort of standpoint, basically a nostalgia standpoint. I haven't really been keeping up on Mario games since probably the GameCube era. Kyko, you're very much still a current Nintendo person. I got to give you last word on this, man.
I mean, I just can't believe they should have done Sonic. Honestly, they should have done Sonic like this. I don't know if you agree with me. Right? That's like, if they did Sonic like this, like it would have. I think it would have. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Listen, but you know, there's one thing I am. What can you guess what that is?
What?
Mario does not talk the way we know he talks. His original voice actor, and that's the only thing that I'm upset about. I thought that's what they were gonna do, and I was like, wow, but that's okay. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, the original voice actor. You're talking about this guy, Charles Martinet.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
yeah. This is the biggest thing that I had to come away with, sort of like making peace with when it came to this particular trailer, because this guy right here has been doing.
So you already had that lined up.
I mean, pretty much, because it's like we're doing it in the show, but here's the thing: Charles has been doing the official voice going back to a little bit before Mario 64 even came out, and that was '96. So it's like, especially for Kyko and me, for our generation, the millennials, the exclamations. I mean, Kyko, you were just talking about how like that's not how we're used to hearing him talk. To be fair, Mario hasn't really got much history of conversation. All he really communicates with is like body language and exclamations. Yeah, like it's always like.
No, I'm saying that's exactly what I'm saying. They talking in full sentences right now.
Right.
I knew they were gonna do it. You had to do that with a movie, but I just wasn't ready. Wasn't ready for it. You know.
I mean, it's a little jarring to go from 30 years of here we go to all of a sudden
exactly
Emmett from the Lego movie. It's
exactly
and
that's crazy.
and there's a part of me that feels especially sort of sour about the idea of recasting Charles, because I have a bit of a personal stake in this, having like I actually had the privilege of meeting Charles in real life. And this was like many years ago. He was in town for some trade show, basically, at the time. And great guy. It was really fun to hang out with for a little bit. But it was, I actually did get a photograph of that. This actually happened.
Hey, hold on.
This was oh god, I think I was in my late teens during this, and I don't like how my face turned out for this photograph, but this is one of my proudest moments as a fan of anything.
You look good, man. You look.
Thank you.
You look good.
But this was this photograph was taken in like 2004, I want to say. This was a couple years after Mario Sunshine and right before the DS dropped. Okay.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It's like. So this was like apex of like Charles's performance as we have come to sort of like know it to be. Basically, this was like the beginning of the apex, and arguably he's still there. He's still very active in Nintendo and still doing this voice role to this day. But it's like holy crap! Right. Brain Spaz says, "Oh, you look so young." Hey, Brain Spaz, thanks for watching. Good to see you again. Yeah, but this is a fundamentally different Mario that we're being treated to here. And going forward, especially if Nintendo is serious about Nintendo and Universal, while we're at it, are serious about building up a Mario franchise here, which it sounds like they are. I mean, there are reports that the Seth Rogen character Donkey Kong is getting a spin-off, depending on how well this works.
Oh wow!
There is a
Donkey Kong. Is that what you said?
Possibly, yes. There's a Super Nintendo World that's going to open at Universal Studios Hollywood next year, right as this movie drops. So
I've seen that. Listen,
yeah,
I don't know when I'm ever gonna go to that. I'll probably never go there. I don't trust theme parks right now.
well, I mean, it's just fun knowing that this is a thing now. This is now a thing. You can live out your ultimate
I hate
Nintendo
looking
fantasy basically now.
at it. I hate looking at it knowing because I know it's gonna be hella expensive too. So you gotta think of
But the idea that it exists when like for decades
Right.
it hasn't.
Now, I'm talking
and all you really
about-
had was the games.
They probably charge for a 3-night stay. So it's a lot. I know it's gonna be a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not talking a couple $100. I mean, you can get that. I'm talking they gonna be charging an arm and a finger.
Hey, I mean, and I guess inflation. I don't know, but anyway, that's a different conversation. That's not really why we're here.
Right.
At the end of the day, this trailer was incredible. I can't wait to see this movie. I'm really cautiously optimistic about whether or not Illumination is capable of sticking the landing here, quite frankly. This is an amazing setup, an incredible piece of footage. I have to give a thumbs up to this. I'm happy to give this a thumbs up. But Kyko, would you agree? Do you disagree?
I mean, of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But we've just got to see a little bit more and hear a little bit more of the performances, basically, as well from some of the other supporting characters. We haven't heard Seth Rogen yet as Donkey Kong. We haven't heard Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. That's also been confirmed. A few other people. Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. That's also in the works there. I guess that's with the next footage. But anyway, the Super Mario Brothers movie is hitting theaters on April 7. So mark your calendars for that. Moving on, we have several more trailers to get to.
Real quick, my bad. Do you know when Blue's Clues is coming out? April something.
November 18. That's going to Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay. All right. And where's Super Mario?
And where's say again?
And then Mario's gonna be in the theaters?
Yes, Mario's going directly to theater.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Move on.
Okay. Next is another Nintendo one. Kyko, I'm going to let you fly solo with this reaction because I can't speak to Nintendo very much. This is the launch trailer for Overwatch 2, which I guess came out either this week or I guess it's like about to drop if it hasn't already, basically.
All right.
So here's the launch trailer. Let's take a look.
Let's check it.
Faith alone isn't enough, Kiriko.
I'm stronger than you think.
The Overwatch I joined was about raising the world up.
They can give the people hope again.
Let the Kitsune guide you!
Doing Naruto jutsu hand signs.
Give me back my knife!
Okay. The only character I recognize out of any of this piece is Tracer.
Do something!
Because, like, I am not an Overwatch player. That looks really good.
With these upgrades, they don't stand a chance.
I could be pushing something right now. The dragon and I are one.
Some of the old, some of the new.
Okay. And
listen,
now...
I would
Go ahead, Kyko.
Yeah, no, say about this because I haven't played it, the first one, and every time I try to play it, it makes me.
Sorry, go ahead. Say it again.
I tell you the story. So every time I try to play it say you tell me that I need to make an account, and so I make an account, and then the account tell me sign in, and it say you forgot your password. then I forget my password. I send a I reset the password. It still say you can't log in. So I haven't been able because of this, and I'm frustrated. It happens every time. It frustrates me. I want about it, and it's just a bunch. It's just a bunch of nonsense. So I'm giving Ubisoft a thumbs down for their screw you Ubisoft. But on
we're not here to talk about Ubisoft though. Yeah.
I know, but on the other ground, nah. I like Overwatch. I mean, it's got its own style, and I appreciate it. I really want to play one. I might give it another go at this whole password log. We'll see how it comes out. I'm gonna get 2, but not until I play 1. I mean,
okay.
You know.
So did this trailer do its job, like in terms of motivating you to play the second game at the very least? It sounds like that's yes, but you just have to do some stuff in the first game first. It sounds like
right. You don't have to. I mean, I'm saying I need to play the first one myself to really understand what Overwatch is. But you know, they did their justice. I give it a thumbs up. I with their wave. I always stick with their wave. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. I read earlier this week. Oh shoot! I think you actually did. You mention this already with talking about the Ubisoft thing. Maybe the sound popped out on my end at that part of it. But Overwatch 2 got hit with some. I read this week they got hit with some what's called distributed denial of service attacks, DDoS attacks, basically. That was causing a lot of issues for a lot of players since launch. I'm just now remembering reading about this. And I don't know. Hopefully, they'll get that resolved very, very soon if they haven't already. By the time this footage reaches the majority of our subscribers, because not literally everybody is able to watch this live, but hopefully soon we'll get there. But go ahead, Kyko. Sorry.
No, I was just
Oh yeah. Okay. But anyway, so all right, that's a thumbs up from Kyko for Overwatch 2, which is apparently out now and free to play on Nintendo Switch, and presumably there's the other consoles as well. Let me go ahead and confirm this once and for all before we go ahead and move on to the next thing, which I guess I can't do with this particular trailer because this is a very Nintendo happy trailer right now. So, all right, there you go. But at the very least, we know it's on Switch, and it's a pretty safe bet that if it's not already on PlayStation and Xbox, by now it will be. So anyway, let's move on. Next item on the docket comes to us from I Am 8-Bit, I guess. And it's promoting a video game called Garbage Pail Kids, The Quest for Mad Mike.
That's cool. Garbage Pail
Oh, sorry.
Kids.
The Quest for Mad Mike and The Quest for Stale Gum.
Cool. They made a freaking movie about... go ahead. All right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's check this out. Yeah, here we go.
Rumors have swirled around for decades.
Where is this game? Did it exist?
What do you do in the game industry when you have a whole bunch of games that you can't sell?
Shot up in a rocket orbiting the Earth.
Banned in 13 countries.
They needed to hide these games forever. The 80s was a super weird and exciting decade.
There were 3 big things going on. Madonna, the Nintendo Entertainment System, and Garbage Pail Kids.
Meet Bullseye Barry and Pat Splat.
Barely
They're just
remember
3 in a whole family of Garbage Pail Kids, a collection of gruesome-looking creatures that real kids can't seem to get enough of.
I think in a nutshell, they're sort of like the dark things in the corner. It was like buying a package of baseball cards, except you had children vomiting or defecating or pulling their own skin off.
Pooping and farting. It's like if you gave a second grader carte blanche to think of all the nastiest.
They were, for that moment, the thing that I knew I wanted in my life.
Wow.
This home video game has become the most popular toy ever.
Nintendo, the games that have captivated an entire generation of children.
So Nintendo's the biggest thing ever. So is Garbage Pail Kids.
Would a crossover make sense from a licensing perspective? Absolutely.
The buzz in the industry was that the game was done.
I remember looking through different game magazines, and in this catalog was Garbage Pail Kids. Every gory detail was in these screenshots.
Images of adorable little children in what had to be intense pain.
This is the teaching of the occult.
It is behavior modification.
What you have to understand here is that this was the Reagan era.
These aren't good, clean, wholesome toys.
The parents went to the front lines on this. They didn't want this game out there.
It is a sick, disgusting video game. Shame on people that produced that trash.
The naysayers, they killed it.
Yeah,
No
it was
way
a
this is
different
gonna get
time.
approved by Nintendo.
The game never showed up.
So they kill the game. They have all these cartridges manufactured, taking up valuable space in a warehouse somewhere. What are they going to do with it?
I've heard stories about ritualistic burnings, buried in the desert. That's one.
Eventually, someone's going to dig that up. There's a whole science called archaeology dedicated to that.
I've seen enough now to know that this thing's out there. And if we're lucky, we're going to find it.
I think it's something that the whole world deserves to see.
It's unfinished business for a lot of people.
Is it the cup of a carpenter? Is it the Holy Grail? Who knows? That's the whole point of going on the quest.
I think people are ready for it. I think society is ready for it. It might be the right game for this time.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I have
Okay.
to see that.
So this is a documentary of some kind, apparently. Let me see. Hang on a second. How much time was left here? We only have like 5 more seconds here. Okay, there you go. That's, I guess, where the documentary can be found, I guess, or at least further information about what they're trying to do with this. This looks interesting. I might check this out. Kyko, you gonna give a thumbs up on this too?
That's a definite thumbs up. That's like, that's crazy.
Do you remember
That's
Garbage
so
Pail
crazy.
Kids?
Garbage Pail Kids. I thought they still did stuff though. I thought they like on a more modern, scaled down version of them. I thought they were.
I think you may be thinking of Cabbage Patch Kids.
But I thought they were like still making like just less nothing ones nowadays. You know, just because people complain. But nah, I remember them, and they came in all kind of different things. They came as bubble gum, all kind of stuff. So, you know, yeah, that's crazy. I can't made a game, and there's a lost game. There's actually a lost Nintendo series of games. You know, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic for this one. Well, actually, I'm not going to say that. Let me just go ahead and say, like, this trailer was very fascinatingly well done, and I'm really intrigued about this. Like, I hope this is a real thing. I hope this isn't some sort of Funny or Die sort of thing, basically, where they're just sort of doing this for a gag or whatever. Because like that actually that looks like a documentary that I would watch. I actually like watching documentaries sometimes. So it's like I'm gonna give a thumbs up to this thing just on principle, basically. Yeah. That was very well produced. Anyway, what do you guys at home think? Those of you who are watching along with us live, feel free to drop us a line in the live chat, and we just might read it off on the air. If you're happening to tune in along with us live here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or Twitter, pick your poison.